Welcome to the Gyms Podcast. I'm your host, Joel Kleber, and this podcast is designed to share stories of our franchisees, franchisors, Jim himself, and other members of the Gyms family that we think you might find interesting. If you are researching our brand, we've got a previous back catalogue. There's so many great episodes that you can find online. And if you do like what you hear, please make sure you leave us a thumbs up on YouTube if you're watching, or online as well. We really do appreciate the support. Without further ado, here's today's episode.
John, welcome aboard to the Gyms Podcast, and thanks for joining us. And you're one of our winners of the Call Silver membership, which is worth around, I think, $700 or $600, and get a couple of free nights to any hotel and a bunch of discounts in food and drinks. So that's for being a star franchisee, mate. I can see you got your 10-year badge on there, so you've been with us for a while, and you're talking to us from the office today. So we appreciate your time. And what I want to first do, John, is just start off with a bit about yourself and what were you doing prior to Gyms Cleaning, and how did you get involved with Gyms Cleaning?
So before joining the gyms, I worked in the corporate. I was a VIP manager at the casino here in Adelaide. Basically, I've got 2 kids, so working in the casino was fantastic, but it took up all of my time. Like my phone would ring at 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning, and I spent a lot of time at work. So my wife and I decided that maybe we need to look for something else. And we had a few interviews. We looked around at different franchisees, and we found the Gyms Cleaning one. And after a few interviews, there used to be a guy called Paul who worked for Bill. We had a few interviews with him, and we weighed up options and joined the Gyms. And like I say, we've been doing it for 13 years, I think now, so never look back.
And what was it about Gyms when you're looking at other options that you liked about it so much to come join us? Was there something different about what we were offering, or what was it about Gyms?
I think to me, it seemed more of a fair option. You know, the fact that you're running your own business, you're getting all the support that you need. The franchise fee seemed very reasonable compared to other franchises, you know what I mean, that they wanted to know how much you earned and that sort of stuff. Whereas Gyms is just a flat fee. And so it's up to you to work as hard as you want to make as much money as you want, essentially.
And do you remember back to your training time as well? How was your training experience? Did you come over to Melbourne and do your training?
Yes, I did. I came over and met the famous Jim himself. So that was quite exciting, I suppose. The training was good. It was comprehensive. It was strange to do it with all the different other franchise, you know, the mowers and the bookkeepers and all that sort of stuff. But I think that sort of brought me on board in the family, realizing that everybody's part of the gyms, you know, not just the Gyms Cleaning group. So it sort of opened up my horizons a little bit, if you like.
Now, I read on your submission that you help out other franchisees. So maybe you tell us a bit about what you do in regards to other franchisees and the assistance you provide in your area.
Okay, so when we first started out, my wife and I were doing the work together. And we were basically doing like residential cleans, houses, that sort of stuff. And we got a lead through the Gyms franchise system, which was for a commercial job, quite a large commercial job. And we went and did the quotes, and we really didn't think anything about it. And then we got the phone call saying, congratulations, you've got the contract for this commercial job. And this was, at the time, it was 8 hours a day. Obviously, my wife and I, we didn't have time to do that. So we reached out to the other Gyms franchisees in the area, and we got a couple of guys on board who did the work for us, and basically I managed it. So that sort of set my business off in a different direction. I realized that I can help other Gyms franchisees get work, and also my role before was a manager, so I'm more comfortable in that role. So I do a lot now. I'd say 80% of my business is commercial, and I love using the Gyms franchisees because they have the insurance, they have all the guarantees and that sort of stuff, and it's the fact that they keep the customers happy. They're very dedicated to their work, you know, compared to using like students or whatever, you know, just casual staff. So I managed to sort of get not a program together, but a group of people together where we're all benefiting from this. They're getting regular work, and I'm getting to manage it, sort of stuff. The customers are happy. The guys who work for me, I hope, are happy. And obviously, I'm happy because it means I'm not doing as much of the physical work because I'm 61 now, so I'm getting a little bit long in the tooth for the the hard work.
Well, yeah. You're still young compared to Jim, so don't worry. Jim's 71 now, so anybody catch up. But I was going to say, so 80% of your business is commercial work currently.
Yeah, mainly I'd say 80%. Right. I did keep a few of my my residential customers, because I've known them and they've become more friends than. So basically, the guys that work with me do most of my commercial stuff. Like, we have a big contract here I've just come from with a company called Electrolux, and that's a massive site. So they require cleaning services for at least, I think, 8 to 10 hours a day we do at the moment. So I've got 4 franchisees that go in there and do that job, and it means that they've got the regular income as well. So they've got the regular hours of work. And it means that, like, everybody does this business for, I'd imagine. I mean, I did it because I needed to work around my time schedule rather than, 9 to 5 type things. So, because we had to pick up the kids and drop them off and take them to this, and, and it gives them the flexibility as well, that they've got that regular income, so they can add other jobs, because they do other jobs as well, and so they can organise their schedule around what they need.
That's fantastic to hear. And now with dealing with commercial clients, we hear a lot of the time people want to do the commercial stuff. So how are you able to build up such a big commercial client base? Was it just with leads over the years, or with referrals or contacts, or how did you do it?
I'd say it's probably a mixture of half and half. I haven't actually been on leads for, I want to say, about 2 years now. And that's because not just I, but the guys that work with us do great jobs. And I'd say we've got most of my past 6 or 7 commercial jobs have been referrals from other people, So we've got one that we started, which is, I think that's on the nomination form I wrote about. The lady was particular and kept ringing me on Monday morning, and now we've not only doing a great job for her, but we've increased the number of hours that she's having done, and they're perfectly happy. So that came from a referral from somebody who worked in the office, who knew our work from another office. So referrals are fantastic. I love getting referrals.
Yeah, I noticed that when I looked at your rating, because obviously you've been around for 13 years and you didn't have that many reviews. And I was thinking, well, that's because you obviously turned off leads because you're flat out, you got a lot of work on, and you got a lot of referrals, which is really good. So you can tell you've got a really good business and your customers love you. To be around for that long and to have not that many star ratings is because you're doing such a great job and you don't need the leads and you don't get those surveys done to your customers, which is why.
Yeah, and some of the referrals, I got a phone call and they say, like the last one we got, I don't even know who the person was, but they'd obviously, it's they tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend, that sort of stuff. But yeah, I mean, like the customer who was initially not happy at the beginning, she's referred us to an office downstairs, which is like a farming office, and then they've also referred us to another job. So it's amazing how you get that effect by providing great service and making sure your customers are happy.
Yeah, and I think with cleaning, it's that type of service where people, it's in their home, they notice your work probably, or pick at your work probably more than others because they can relate. So I can do the cleaning, right? Whereas if you have a good cleaner, you're going to be and do a great job. You're going to get those referrals, because it's one service that I know that I refer people if I have a good cleaner, because it's hard to find a good cleaner. It's one of those things that when you do find one, you want to share them around and let everyone know. So I was just going to say about, your customer service standards are really high. So do you want to just tell, it might be obvious to yourself, but what to you is good customer service, and how do you achieve it in your business?
Well, I think the key to good customer service is listening to your customers and communicating. One of the main things, I mean, I think that the most important thing is, like, if I go and do a quote, I will do the quote, but I'll point out things like, we need to do those cobwebs for you, or things that the customer hasn't initially seen when you've asked them what they want done, and then finding out what their pet hate is. Do you know what I mean? Or the thing that they want done the most. Like, so it might be the floors for some people. They want the floors to be sparkly. Then I think the wow factor is a great thing in the gyms group. I always try and do a little extra something for the customer, just to and my wife has a go at me because I don't always tell the customer. She's, they'll never notice. So if you do a wow for them, so you do a little bit of extra. Like I did a customer's house the other day, and I noticed an oven door. I didn't clean the oven, but I did the glass door. Yeah, just because I had some oven cleaner stuff in my car, so I thought, I'll just do that. And then she's like, wow, man, that's just awesome. But you've got to tell them if you do something nice to them or do a little bit extra, just say, "Oh, just to let you know that I noticed, this and this." And like I say, it's about communication. You stay in constant communication with your customers, feel valued, I think.
That's a really good point. And it sounds like it's simple stuff, but not a lot of people do that. I think a lot of people might have had a bad experience with, gone the cheapest price with the cleaner and then realize, hey, that's probably not the best thing to do. And they get a Jim's Cleaning franchisee along and they notice the standard difference immediately.
Well, that's it. It's just wowing your customers and communicating with them. And at the end of the day, they're happy, you're happy. You know what I mean? It's happy days all round.
Absolutely. And in your 13 years of running business, like not many businesses get past 10 years, so it's a great achievement in itself. So what's the journey been like for you over 13 years? How have you found it?
It's gone really quick. I can't believe it's been 13 years. This was going to be, initially we thought, we'll do the franchise for a little while till something else comes. So my wife, she doesn't work with me anymore. So while I was, she went off to university while I was doing the cleaning. So she's actually went to university, got a master's degree and done her speech pathology master's degree. So she's now a speech pathologist. And so I thought, that's right. When she's finished uni, I'll step back and we'll do it. But it's just snowballed. You know what I mean? I look now and I've just got probably more customers now than I've ever had. And I just didn't think it would be like that. I thought it would be like a 2-3 year, stopgap type job. But and I can't believe it's gone so fast. Like I can't believe it's been almost 13 years now. So it's been a surprising journey. I didn't think that I would last this long.
And how have you found the franchise itself? Obviously, when people look at franchise, they go, well, you got to pay fees and you should do it yourself, all that sort of stuff. So, but being around for 13 years, you obviously see value in the system and the brand. So where do you see the value after 13 years of being with Jim's?
Well, I think the value comes in like I said, for a start, the one set-off fee, per month is a great incentive for me, because I know, for example, I've got to do 4 jobs and then that's my franchise fee paid, and then the rest is our profit, But also, like, having the support, like having Bill and his team call us, like they call us every week. They're always Bill's always willing to be on the phone if you need something. He has regular meetings. He's based in Melbourne, so it's hard for him, but he comes over like once a month or so. And having that support, and also being able to use the gyms. I will tell you one thing, Joel, I'm not a great fan of the gyms franchise system, where you go into online and pick your jobs and this sort of stuff. I think that could be upgraded and updated so that we're given more scope as to the jobs that we want to do and that sort of stuff, rather than having to run through the franchisor to, set this for me and set that for me. I think somebody is, with my amount of experience, I know what I'm capable of doing, and I wouldn't put myself down for something that I wouldn't be able to do, not capable of. But like I say, having that support, and they're always there if you need them. You can give them a call anytime, night or day. They've always got, because they've been doing it longer than we have, they've got the solutions. Like if you, I remember when I first started, I did an oven clean and I wasn't really sure what I was doing, and then I got a phone call from the lady, there's smoke in the kitchen and all this, so I quickly rang Bill and said, what do I do? And he said, oh, you got to do this and wash it all out. And I'm like, okay, so I jump in my car and drive up there, so it's great to have that support. And especially when you're starting a business, you're not out there on your own, because you've got the fact that gyms will send you the leads. You've got a great support team of other gyms here as well. Like there was one guy when I first started, he went on vacation for a month or so, I think it was. So I did his jobs for him, so, we were helping, everybody's helping one another out, so I think having all that when you start a business is a great help,
Absolutely. The oven clean is, anyone who's tried to clean their own oven knows how hard it is. So leave it to professionals to do the oven cleans. It's a tough job.
Absolutely. Well, you learn from experience, I can tell you that, Joel.
Absolutely. Now, the products you guys use in your business, what type of cleaning products do you use in your business?
We used to go to Godfrey's, and we used to buy things like the orange squirt and I can't remember the name of the glass cleaner. So we get the professional quality stuff. To be honest with you, Joel, times are pretty hard with finances and that sort of stuff and cost of livings. So I've actually been using stuff from the supermarkets, like the Strike window cleaner and that sort of stuff. And to be honest with you, they work fine. So I use stuff from the local supermarkets, man.
Now, what I'll do, John, is there anything you want to say before I let you go today? You've pulled over in your office, so thank you for doing that. I'm sure you got some work to do, so I'll let you go.
Sure.
But thanks for your information today, and thanks for being a staff franchisee and doing all that stuff. That's really great to hear about. I haven't met a franchisee yet doing these who's doing what you're doing in terms of getting contracts and commercial work and giving it to other franchisees to generate them work. That's fantastic to hear. That's the beauty of the gym system. And we'll get it off to you, mate. They'll get sent to you as an email, and just create an account, and they'll get out to you probably 5 business days, and then 2 free nights on us to take you and your partner anywhere in your core hotel network. So thank you for being a staff franchisee and for your time today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Joel. Nice to talk.
Nice to meet you too.
Thanks.
See you, John.
Take care.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the episode of the Gyms podcast. If you want to learn more about the Gyms Group, head to gyms.net or call us on 131 546 Australia or 0800 454 654 New Zealand. And if you did like the episode as well, please make sure you leave a review or a comment or a thumbs up or a comment on the video as well. We appreciate your support. And until next episode, we hope you have a great week.